thought about this a lot, and I wonder about quitting making art or quitting showing art because I think it's actually two different things for me anyway. Um, I have thought about quitting art in that why am I hustling so much? What is it that I'm trying to achieve? Why do I think that my voice matters so much that people should be paying attention to the work that I'm making? So for me, the question is not about quitting making art, it's about quitting showing and trying to uh, present my work to the world in a way that I can create cultural change.
Mm.
So that's where it comes from for me. Quitting the teaching and the just running around all the time because it's not it's no longer, the artist in their studio working away and then being discovered. I don't know if that really ever existed for most people, but so no, I never wanted to quit making pictures or thinking visually or even writing about visuals or about what I'm thinking. But I have thought about quitting the hustle and just being in the studio making work for myself. Um, and in those times where I've questioned the career path of art making, I've thought about several different jobs. So going to your second question, the one is I've
Mhm.
always wanted to work in a boutique. Sounds so silly, but I really like helping people and talking to people and meeting all different kinds of people. And I've never worked in a boutique before. So it's really funny that that's something that's always like been on the side of my mind. I want to make women look good, and it would be fun. But now that I'm older, I think, I should have gotten into politics or some way that I could make cultural change
Mm.
um, in the more like physical world as opposed to in the intellectual world or conceptual world that I exist in. So I think that's where, and it's interesting also the question gets me to think about, the changes that we have throughout our lives and the way time changes the way that we think about what our place is in the world and what the importance is of what we do and how we can create change. I keep saying that. That's really where my brain is. And in today's world of insanity, I think a lot about I would have uh, I would have been happy to be able to be at the table, to be in the room where it happens and help create positive change for peace and, you know, sounds like a big word, but that's
Yeah.
where my brain is today.
This ability to affect like change in that way in like policy level or whatever. My dad, I remember him saying to me, "You could be a lawyer." And I think he was saying like you're smart. I mean, I should ask him what he meant. It's been like 40 years ago.
Mhm.
I think he was also responding to me having opinions in the world
Mhm.
and like
Mhm.
telling them probably to everyone who didn't want to hear. But also maybe a way, he was a political science major, so a way for him to kind of
Mhm.
say like, hey, this is viable. Um,
That's interesting.
mhm.
Both my brothers are lawyers and my dad was a doctor.
Mm,
And in our culture, it was like you're either a doctor or a lawyer. Those were your two career paths that you could take.
yeah.
If you were a woman, your career path was being a wife and a mother.
Mhm.
That's the world that I grew up in. I think now working in a boutique would not, the reason for me wanting to quit the hustle is to find a way to provide and make more money. And I don't think working in a boutique is going to support what I need. Living in New York City with two kids, I need more than what a boutique can afford me. In my 20s, 30s, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't think I would, I think now the goal for me is to be making to be able to support myself. Right now, I support my practice with my practice and a little bit of extra, but I would like to be able to do more than that, right? Like support my practice and support hiring an assistant and support the family and, things like that. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'm on that path.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
see that.
that goes back to the original question, right? Are you making art to make money, or are you making art to show your work? And then where does that lead? Or are you making art to make yourself? I couldn't do anything else. I'm always thinking about pictures, always. Even if I'm not, I'm always thinking about pictures, right? Even if I'm not thinking conceptually, I'm always making pictures in my head. I can't stop. I
Mm.
always was the one when I was younger. I remember my brothers are much older than me. I have one brother that's 11 years older than me, and one brother that's 7 years older than me. And so I was basically an only child from sixth grade. My middle brother went to college. And I remember spending hours with family albums. I ruined all of them actually. Because I tore them all apart and I would tell stories about the pictures inside the albums and I would make up sequences with the pictures. I didn't know what I was doing, but that's just what I did. And then as a teenager, I was the one who documented all the family trips. I was the one with the video camera. I don't know what happened to any of those recordings. I should go digging in my parents' house. I was the one with the camera.
What
So
kind
it's
of
yeah.
video camera? Was it one of those big first video cameras, like early adopters?
No, I had a camcorder,
Cool.
the little one.
Yeah. I'm a little older than you then. And what was the camera, like the body, like what's the camera that you started making stills on? Do you remember?
I think my brother gave me a Canon AE1. I still have it. I don't use it, but I still have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a film 35 millimeter DSLR. It
Mm-hmm.
was a really cool camera. And then afterwards, I switched to uh, after photo school. When I was in photography school, I switched to a Yashica point and shoot, which was really like like a fad kind of thing when I was in school, as well as Nikon. And then I switched to medium format, and now I shoot everything. Whatever the project is what I use. Whatever is necessary for the work, the concept behind the work.
Cool.
Yeah, I would
Mm.
say the phone is less uh, an apparatus, but a lot of people I know say to me, it doesn't matter now what camera you use, you can use your phone. For me, it doesn't work as well. I still use it, but only if I don't have anything else with me. And then it
Yeah.
becomes a sketch. Anyway, I'm taking it somewhere else.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, um, it implies longevity, like even kind of knowing how you think about materials, processes, and those tools to make your work implies, yeah, you know where you're going. You're not going to stop
Yeah.
this thing, the making part of it.
No.
Yeah.
Even when I think, oh, I'm done, I'm tired, I still, as I said, I'm still making pictures in my head.
Yeah.
Like, I often find myself staring at a scene and visualizing what the image would look like if I had a camera.
Mm.
Um, yeah, yeah. Again, so I guess going back to your original question, for me, I'm always making pictures, always thinking photographically and video. Um, the question begets how much of the hustle of the I don't even like the word hustle so much, but how much of the career as artist I'm interested in pursuing, which also I can never give up, even though I try to give up sometimes where I think, one thing I did do this year, which was actually really beneficial in an interesting way. My father passed away last summer, and I may have told you this already, Jody, but after he passed away, I kind of said, okay, I am not present. I need to be present in my everyday. I am spending way too much on applications, way too much time thinking about what's next, how am I going to keep building, and not enough time just being still with the work and with my family and in life.
Yeah.
And so I stopped applying for things. I've hardly applied for anything in the last year. Um, and all of a sudden, so many things have come my way, actually. I think it's because I did a lot of work beforehand. I'm not going to deny that. But
Yeah.
the kind of stopping of the, slowing things down and trying to be really present in what I'm doing every day was really a wonderful exercise. It's hard to keep up because the world keeps turning and people need things from you and want things from you all the time.
Yeah.
And you want to keep making. But yeah, that's part of being present, I guess, is the making. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but I think it was an interesting exercise that brought a lot more than I had. It's not even anticipated. I wasn't even thinking that anything would come of it. It was more for my own mental health and
Yeah.
wanting to be present in the year and in the time. And